Some of the largest tech companies in the world testifying today before Congress as elected officials look into their market dominance. Questions looming over not only their size, but their wealth and their influence. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest from Washington.
Digital dominance. 4 big tech CEOs called before a House Judiciary subcommittee answering questions about their company's practices and positions of dominance in the industry.
It is only reasonable that our careful examination of the antitrust laws begin with them.
Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook of Apple, and Sundar Pichai of Google testifying before a bipartisan panel looking into antitrust and consumer protection issues at their companies, following a years-long investigation on their power and influence. Critics question whether the companies collectively worth $5 trillion or a quarter of the entire U.S. economy have grown too big.
When you answered that the purpose of the deal was to neutralize a potential competitor.
Congressman, well, those aren't my words, but yes, I've been clear that Instagram was a competitor.
The companies are fighting political and even legal battles on multiple fronts, leading lawmakers to ask, should they be broken up?
The question today is whether they're too big to allow for competition.
For Amazon's Bezos, it's the first time he's appeared before Congress, despite other hearings on internet sovereignty. He initially declined to appear with the other CEOs, but changed his mind. And after not being asked any questions, he could be seen eating. Concerns are mounting, not just over size and power, but influence.
I'll just cut to the chase. Big tech's out to get conservatives.
In wake of growing COVID misinformation, sometimes even spread from the president, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg says his company aims to allow as much freedom of expression as possible, unless it causes specific harm or damage.
We do prohibit content that will lead to imminent risk of harm.
In the case of Google, European regulators once fined the company a record $2.7 billion, accusing the search engine giant of manipulating results to gain an unfair advantage over other online shopping sites.
Most Americans believe that when they enter a search query, that what Google shows are the most relevant results. But increasingly, Google just shows whatever is most profitable for Google.
We've always focused on providing users the most relevant information.
President Trump says if Congress doesn't bring fairness to big tech, he'll do it himself by way of executive order, although the legality of such an order would be unclear. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.